let us get going. Hello, guys. Right, if you can hear me, can someone put in chat whether you can hear me or not? This is a very disconcerting. Someone raised it. Yes, good. Thank you, Tony. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining me. Let me just turn this off. A fan that's very loud. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining me. This is a submission guide call. I'm going to share my screen now. Let's do that one. For the end of the Spark Hackathon. Well done for getting this far. We are in week 8 of 8. And you are probably at this point thinking about submitting the form. What do you need to submit? So everything is now on a Medium post here, which is on our lovely Medium. In the submission process, there are a few steps you need to do. So the main part of it is a form, link of which is here. Clicks here. It's the simplest form you have ever seen in your life. In this form are a few things: email address for the contact person, team name, the list of team members, describing what you've built, clicking what challenges you've done. I'll say a word about this in a moment. And then you've basically got a huge amount of flexibility to put whatever you want into the form. So you can paste a link to an online demo, you can paste a link to a GitHub. We don't force people to put their GitHubs on there, but they can. You can put any file links, any presentations, any code base that you want to do by attachments, anything you want. So there should be plenty of space to insert whatever you want. By the way, guys, there is a Q&A feature. You have 2 options for asking questions. You can raise your hand. There's a bottom, there should be a button that says raise your hand, or you can just type in questions on the Q&A. We'll try and make this event fairly fast because there's not too much to cover. So there is this box here, which is what challenges you've answered. Now, there are 2 cases I want to talk about here, guys. The first case is that if you've done more than one challenge within the same project. So you have project A, where you built a DeFi dApp that uses Arv and stores some data on IPFS, so Filecoin. What you would do in this case is you would just click 2 boxes. The difference is if you have done 2 separate projects, so they are a completely different project, different website. If you have a website, different. By the way, you should put a YouTube video in. I like YouTube videos. That's a good best practice. If it's a separate project, you need to submit 2 forms. So if you've got more than one project, submit more than one form. If it's the same project but used more than one of the challenge platforms, please tick here. And you only tick general. I mean, it doesn't matter too much, but only tick general if you haven't used any of these other ones. I'm going to look at the questions. Yes, correct. The Luno challenge, I'll talk about Luno in a minute, but yes, the deadline for Luno is not this Sunday, it's next Sunday. Yes, okay, I'll answer that now. So for the general part, so Luno is judged in 2 ways. The first way Luno is judged, this is the trading challenge, is Luno will work out who's made the most money, subject to us doing a certain amount of trading volume, and they will get a prize of between £1,000 and £10,000, calculated the sum of all fees. I have no clue what that number is going to end up being, but some number between 1,000 and 10,000. I'd probably think closer to the 1,000 end. They will also award a second prize. I don't know what the prize is, but I imagine it'll be a nice cash prize for the person who does the highest volume in the hackathon, and will also build the kind of best model. For instance, the training period for Luno has been 6 weeks, so you could very easily have an amazing model that you've done so much back testing for, so much work for, and it just doesn't really perform because the market's not there and the opportunity's not there, but you've still done tons of work. We want to make sure we reward that. So Luno will reward that, but more importantly, we will try and reward that. So for the Luno teams, we will ask you to submit this very same form, but next week, I'll send a separate email about that, no need to worry. And we'll ask you to put your strategies in. You don't actually have to do this because we know what. Well, actually, no, you do have to do it. We'll make people do it. I think it's fun to know what your thinking was and tell us extra things about what you've built. And that will then be considered for the general prizes. The prizes, where have I got it? So the prizes, the way the prizes work in the hackathon, there are these top prizes available here. and there are specific prizes for each of the challenges. So we give out the top prizes, and I will very happily reward a Luno, a very well-built bot, as in with one of the general prizes, the top prizes. It's as impressive as anything else. The one thing to say, I'll say in a moment. So the form is extremely simple. You submit it. Probably won't let me submit it now. After you submit it, you get a confirmation. I think you can still edit afterwards. If you want to change anything about the form, I think you can edit it. You get a confirmation. If you can't, just submit a new form. Or just email me, because it comes through to a spreadsheet that I have, and I can just change any bit of the spreadsheet. So this is the form. It's very basic. Please submit it by Sunday. I've said midnight, whatever time you are. What this basically means is don't take the piss. Clearly, like, midnight in Australia is different to midnight in London. So if you do need those extra few hours into Monday morning, I don't mind. You can have those, but don't take the piss. If I wake up on Monday morning and your submission is not there, then I will take that as having not been submitted. Unless, of course, you want to ask for an extension. Extensions we will assess on a case-by-case basis if we think you need it. We don't always give out extensions, but if you ask nicely and there's a real reason why you need an extension, we will give out extensions. So that's something to bear in mind. So again, keep the questions coming if you have them. I'm going to refer to the article that's so brilliantly written by me, joking. What can you show in the demo, in what you submit? So what I love to see is two things. One is a link to an online demo that I can play with, but more importantly actually is the video demo. The reason is this. Some of you, when you submit your projects, there'll be some setup required. I have to install something. I have to have the right wallet on my laptop. Not just me, other people judging as well. And honestly, the simplest thing is I can just watch a video and flick through the video at my own pace. So I think the video would be my top tip. Make sure you just record a video. Just record it on. There's an app that I've completely forgot the name of. That allows you to do it quite nicely. If anyone can remember it, the one where you can do a very nice video demo. I can't remember what it's called, but and upload it to YouTube or Vimeo or whatever. Someone's going to tell me now. No video, there's no time limit on the video, but as a general rule, I'm not going to listen. I'll be really honest. We know when we judge, I do not watch every second of people's demos. So a good way to ensure we're going to watch 99% of it is to make them shorter, but we'll tend to flick through because there's a lot to get through, a lot of things to judge, and I can tell. I've worked with you guys for 8 weeks, even more, so I can tell who's good and who's not pretty soon. So my top tip is always keep things short. 3 minutes is good, but if you need 5 minutes because it's amazing, 5 minutes is fine. If you need 10 minutes, 10 minutes is fine. But I think 3 minutes is a good video. What you don't want to do is have to re-record. What I'd suggest this is don't re-record the video just to see the 3 minutes thing. Submit it. If it's 5 minutes, who cares? All good. So that's that. Keep the questions coming. I'll try and answer them live. I love videos, but Codebase, it really depends. The reason we don't force people is in case they don't want their code to be stolen, and this is fine. But you shouldn't worry about that, but we understand why people might have that worry. And second of all, it's good to look through, see how much work you've done. We're not going to go line by line, but it's good to see how much work you've done, and it can be a positive in some cases. A presentation, you do not need one, but if your concept is quite high level, or maybe the demo doesn't quite articulate the vision you want to show, or is a small part of it, then a presentation can be quite nice. Again, keep this short, keep this sweet. Again, nice website if you can play with it. The other thing I wanted to say is that after, I'm skipping a bit here, but when you've submitted, I almost certainly have a call with you. Not always. Sometimes I know you're good already and I don't need to have a call. Other times your people's projects are just bad and I don't want to have a call. But I will usually have a call of between 5 and 30 minutes, depending on how many questions I have. You don't read anything into the call. Again, if you're good and we pretty much know everything, the calls will be very quick. This will be between now and Monday the 24th, or well, even before that, probably in the week after you submit, just to chat through everything. and then we'll pick the best 8 to 12 to go to the final. This is not linked to the other prizes. This is just we want to highlight the best people to show some investors and to show to be kind of the shortlist for the top prizes. So we will try and tell you as early as possible if you're in the final, and there will be a pitch practice, a date to be confirmed for those in the final. For all the other prize winners, everything will be announced on Monday the 24th of August. So we'll have an event, the best 8 to 12 will pitch, and then all the sponsors will join the call and announce who the prize winners are. So you will find out, for better or for worse, on Monday the 24th if you've won a prize. What was I going to say? There are, if you want to see what happened last year, you can have a look at the winners. It's good to see what they did, because I put their presentations up. You can look at that. I think I put some demos up there as well. There even is it here? Oh, it should be there. Oh, that's so bad of me. Oh, I haven't put the YouTube up. Okay, I'm gonna find it. Give me a second, guys. There we go. So if you're interested to see what this whole process looks like, this is a very long video. We recorded the future of blockchain, which is the last hackathons. Also, you can see very much what I'm interested in: Stake, Arsenal, and Ryan Selkis, apparently. We record everything record the whole event, so you can see what the best people look like, what to kind of aim for. We made them all give 3-minute presentations, so you can kind of steal some stuff if you want to. Also, look at that COVID beard; it's terrible. Anyway, so let's get rid of that. Any questions? There's one. Who are the judges, sponsors that we're presented to? So again, let me split this in two. For the prizes, so partly you're doing Luno, so Luno will decide the Luno prizes. So Sam, Adam, you've probably kind of met them online anyway. For who goes into the final, we decide. We do listen to the sponsors so that we try and make sure the best people from all the sponsor challenges will go to the final. So Luno will say Parley's the best, and we'll make sure he's in the final. Or Filecoin will say Vijay's the best, I'll make sure he's in the final. But we actually choose who goes to the final. The sponsors choose who their prize winners are, and the judges, that if you get to the final, presented to you will be some investors. We honestly haven't confirmed them yet. It's in the process of, but it will be some investors. So last year we had Curtis Spencer, who did the MA with us a few weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. We had Min from Consensus, Paddy from, who's a professor, Paddy McCory, and we had Pamir from Libertas and Kartik from ETH Global /A Capital. So yeah, unconfirmed, but it'll be some investor friends. And we will also invite some other kind of friends and interested people to join and listen in. And we will record it. It will go on Medium, so it will be shared to our wider network as well. So hopefully that answers that partly. Next, what do I want to go over? So some top tips that I kind of had to make your kind of things shine in the last few days. So the first thing is make sure the front end is very good. I wish I didn't actually write this down. Make sure the front end looks good. I think you obviously want to make it functional and make it work with the challenge partner you're kind of using a challenge partner, but make it sexy. If you can make it sexy at the end, I think things that look good often do well in hackathons, rightly or wrongly. So make it look good. Second of all, make it very easy to digest your form. So again, short YouTube videos, making sure all the links are there, make sure the description is nice and clear. Just make my life easy when I'm going through that, and when my colleagues are going through all of the winners, all of the submissions. So nice and clear what challenge you've done, what you've built. Here's the links. Make sure everything works well, etc., etc. What else? If you've used a partner challenge, please tell us exactly how you've used it. So if you have used, I don't know, LivePeer, please tell us in this description how you've used your LivePeer, and do not worry about going into too much technical depth. So you can say, I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and I did this. I don't mind. technical depth, I think, is advantageous for those, because not only do I read it, but the sponsors read it as well, and they want to see how you've used their platforms. So this is very important. I'll say a word about the general challenge in a minute. Other things, please. What was I going to say? Please be prompt if we do try and organise a call with you. We'll try and organise them fairly fast. So please be prompt in arranging those and be flexible on timings. You probably know me if you've had a call with me already. I try and be flexible, but if we do try and reach out for a call, reply quickly and let's get in the diary, because we actually have a very short period between submissions and the final, especially for those that are finishing on the 16th. So we basically have a week to judge, a week to tell you if you're in the final, a week to do the pitch practice. So that will be a very congested week. So keep your weeks of if you can, keep a few time slots free on the week commencing the 10th and the week commencing the 17th, because that's when we'll get in touch with you. On the general challenge, you might be thinking, well, how is this judged? Well, it just means it's judged by us. So general means you haven't used any of the challenge partners, and that's fine. And we will judge. We will choose usually 2 or 3 to go to the final. I'd like to think we choose equally, but 2 or 3 from each of the challenges. So general, R, Filecoin, IPA, Luno, NewCipher. Obviously, if Luno has the most, I think Luno probably does have the most in the teams, then we will probably might pick more Luno. Or if Filecoin has the most, we might pick more Filecoin just because it's a more competitive field. But yes, I think as a top tip, always try and include one of the challenge partners if you can. I'll say a word on that in a moment. But please try and use the challenge partners, because you've just got a higher chance of winning a cash prize. I think in general, I would, if pound for pound, I'd rather put someone who used a challenge partner in the final than didn't use, because I think it's a bit harder. So please do use them, because that's good. Can we choose both general and Luno? Yes, but so let me just, with general, general just means no, haven't done a challenge, haven't done a partner or sponsor challenge. So everyone is qualified for general. Everyone technically is general. In terms of everyone is eligible for the top prizes, but you can click it. I know what you mean when you yeah, I know what categories you're in when you submit the form. So again, let me say it very simply. If you have done just the general, you're only eligible for the top prizes. So the where is it? Oh, it's not there. The 3K, the 1.5K, and the 500. If you have used a sponsor challenge, you will be eligible for these top prizes and the separate sponsor challenges. So for Luno, you get the £1,000 to £10,000 prize, and you could get one of these prizes as well. So that's very important. Cool. I want to say a word, because you've still got a few days to go, and I am not a fool. I know that people leave everything to the last minute, and that's fine. I would do the same. So if you do still have time, include one of the try and get one of the sponsor challenges in there. Not all of them are that popular. So I know for a fact that NewCipher and LivePeer aren't crazy popular. Like, I think you stand a good chance of a prize if you enter one of those. And yeah, you always just do it, because it doesn't. I'll say a word about judging in a sec. We don't judge them on quality of the integration necessarily. It's, have you used it? Yes. Okay. Now how good it is. So if you just you store some stuff on IPFS, that could be good enough to win a Filecoin prize. If what you're building is really cool. So there are still 4 days left, and we could probably give an extension if you want to start doing a partner challenge now. If you want to include one of them in, just let me know, because again, I say it to everyone every year, it just increases your chances of getting a prize. It's pretty much no downside, and you'd be really surprised how many people just don't do the partner challenges, end up doing general. I think we had 70 submissions in the last hackathon, of which, let's say 25 were in general, which means 45 were on the sponsor challenges. We had 12, I mean more that time, 12 sponsor challenges or 11 sponsor challenges. So on average, there are only 4 people who submitted per challenge. There was a big skew there. Some had 0, some partners had lots, but nevertheless, you just make your chances much higher. So if you can include NewCipher or LivePeer, or store some stuff on IPFS, that's my hack. I've just stored stuff on IPFS as a easy way. If you're doing the Lunar challenge, might you store some historic data or some other model on IPFS? That could be cool. Yeah, I think that would be my top tip, is to try and get one in the last few days. I was going to say something and I've completely forgotten what it's going to be. So that's great. What was I going to say? It was around money. Judging, money. It's completely gone. Okay. What else did I want to say? That's pretty much it. So you have till Sunday. Form is very straightforward. Submissions are very straightforward. What happens afterwards, fairly straightforward. We try and get it over and done with quickly. In terms of being paid prizes, that's a good thing to touch upon. We, again, once everything's announced on Monday the 24th, we try and, it's up, I mean, we try and make sure things go as quickly as possible. It's kind of up to the sponsors, but we'll ask for your, if it's paid in tokens, ask your wallet details, paid in cash, ask for your bank details, and try and get that process done as quickly as possible, so that you can kind of, spend the money. What else was I going to say? If anyone wants to have any private one-on-one calls this week, I have a few slots in my diary. If they want to chat through a project, see what, get some early feedback. I'm happy to provide early feedback on what I think, in case you want to add any things last minute. So that's important too. If you want to do that, just ping me on email or Discord. If you have late technical questions, so you might often, I realize you might be coding quite late into Saturday. If you want immediate responses, the Discord can be quite slow, I've realized. The responses are a little bit slow on getting back. So is to go onto the, if you want like same hour responses, go onto the Discords or Slacks of the sponsors. I will always be answering my phone on my Discord, email, all the way up till very late on Sunday. So you can ping me and just be like, Anthony, I'm looking for the Filecoin Discord. Could you send me a link to it? And we'll problem solve. In general, if you have any issues, any things you want to, you're worried about, or any questions answered technical, just ping me first, and I'll find a solution. What was I going to say? Also for Luno, I'll go separately for Luno, guys. Obviously, you've still got quite a long time to go, 11 days. Keep the training volume up. That's going to be really important. The leaderboard, I know, has not been refreshed as much as you want. If I could do it myself, I would do it. I'm waiting on, I have to wait on Luno to send me up-to-date kind of wallet balances and statuses. So I know people have been left off and it's not up to date. I promise you we'll get it right in the final reckoning, but please keep it up. If you have problems with that, always ping me and we'll sort it out. Anything else? Does anyone have questions? Now would be a good time to fire them over. Any questions at all? Well, I think if there's anything else I want to say. I have one thing I'll say, but I'll let people ask questions. I can stop sharing my screen. Are the leaderboards? I think they are in dollars. Yes. I thought they were in pounds. I'll be honest with you. I thought people had got £100, but maybe everyone got given $100 at the start. Again, I don't really have much visibility into people's wallet balances, so I don't know. So, anonymous attendee, as it says, did they give you the original grant money in pounds or dollars? Anyone that actually give a chance to need pounds? Okay, yeah, I don't know why they're in dollars then, but accounting issue. So yeah, yes. So that's a really good point on for the Luno guys. So I will on the 16th ask you to send me a screenshot of your wallet balance with all of these details, so that you can put on paper, this is where we were at this point, so that for the avoidance of doubt when that league table comes out. So I will ask you to also everyone to send a. So Polly, you're right. I will ask everyone in their form. So the Luno form I will actually change before next week and just put some extra things like what is your final balance? What was your starting balance if it differed? I assure you I will not let the final leaderboard be wrong in any way, shape or form. So it's a little bit harder at this stage because I'm relying on Luno to kind of do it and they're very busy. But for the final one, this will not be wrong. And we will not, people will not be cheated out of prizes. And as you can see on the leaderboard for Luno, we will be removing people that undo less than whatever it is, $5,000 worth of volume. I can't remember what the exact number was. So you don't have to worry about the people who just held BTC. or maybe did one trade and put it all into ETH, which would have been a really good trade. It's actually the trade I made. So I was in BTC and I went into ETH a few weeks ago. That's voted very well. So yeah, if there are more questions, keep them coming. And I'll talk about after the hackathon. Realize I haven't got the. Oh, there's stuff in chat. Oh, it's Fox. Hey, Fox. Nah, I'm not going to switch to BTC, Fox. We can discuss that privately. I think Ether's got a way to go, but what do I know? So what I wanted to say is, after the hackathon, we try and make this not the kind of the end. We try and help you after that. So we have a few programs. We have our clubs programs that a few of you on this call have been on before. Clubs is, and actually I can talk about a specific one. Clubs is an initiative to help hackathon projects keep going, by providing them with funding. So we did one with Thundercore. Actually, I can go back. We did one with Thundercore here. Let's go back. My laptop is so I dropped water on my main laptop, so this is my backup laptop, and it's very slow. We did Thundercore Club here. Everyone got £4,000 £4,000 grants, 10 weeks of support, workshops, quite intense support over the 10 weeks, and we've got lots of foxes there. I think 4 of the 8 teams who finished ended up getting follow-on grants. So the aim is with clubs is give you a grant, keep you going, 10 weeks of support from us, from kind of a technical team at the blockchain project we do it with. We always bring in a sponsor to kind of help us run it and kind of act as a platform for you to build your ideas on. And at the end of it, we help you try and kind of sort out the next thing. So grant funding, investment funding, whatever it may be. But it's meant to take hackathon projects, keep them going further. So this is the Thundercore one. Have a read. It went amazingly well for the first one. I'm so happy. And the next one we will be doing is Algorand. So Algorand were the gold sponsor in the hackathon that finished 4 months ago. And this is the new one, same concept, exact same concept. And to tweak the dates a little bit, it will be starting on 31st. There's an information event on the, so I'll put a link to it, on the 20th. You can, Fox, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to send that to Hugo. I'll do that. There is the winners are on, you can find them on Medium, we'll be accepting any team. Don't have to build an Algorand before. If you want to continue your hackathon project on Algorand, it's a layer 1 platform. Have a look and again, join the information event if you want to hear more. We will be having a DeFi version. Should happen in a few months time for anyone who's done a DeFi project in hackathon. And in general, if you want to keep going with your hackathon project and like a grant from us or help raising money, we're always happy to oblige. So for the best guys who finish the hackathon, we really will help you go to the next step. And I've said this before, but the team who came third, where are they? God, I've done a lot of posts recently. Where is it? I can't find it now, but the team that came third in the last hackathon just raised 2 million. Well, just raised a few months ago, raised 2 million. Let me get them. They were. Where is it? Wait. Oh, because it's in FOB. Of course it is. Bear with. Bear with. There we go. God, that was a long day. Yeah, this team who came third, Reflex Allows, have a look. They raised 2 million about 2 months after the hackathon, and they are on the way to become a very good stablecoin. So follow them. That's our big success coming out of the hackathon, and we want more reflexes coming out of this hackathon. So we really do want this not just to be we do not want this just to be a small hackathon you do. We want this to be the first step in you building an amazing startup or project. Okay, I am talked out. It was only meant to be a short event. Any other questions at all, guys? Speak now or forever. Hold the question in, or just email it to me, or put it on Discord. Any other questions? I never know how long to leave this, but I'll let you type away. Type away. Anyone want to type away? I will put the YouTube up for this. I will share it on Discord. I haven't got any slides. I'll just put some links on the Medium post, and you can listen to me wax lyrical. But submit the form by Sunday. Need help? Email me. Get the challenges in. Challenge partners in to win more money, and I'm looking forward to giving you all lots and lots of lovely prizes by the end of the hackathon. Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much for your time. Keep the good work up, and speak to you all soon. Thank you very much.